Hello, my name is Gladys. I would like to share my story about my son being vaccine injured. It all started, of course, I follow the regular vaccination schedule, not knowing what would happen to his health after. I went in and he was 18 months. He took the MMR shot. And right before going into taking that shot, he was a typical boy, 18-year-old month. He would be playful. When someone would call his name, he would turn. He would say, his name. He used to know how old was he. He used to say mom, dad. And after that shot, I noticed that all of that was gone. He shut down. He regressed into a completely different boy. It wasn't the same happy boy I used to have. Several weeks after the MMR shot, I noticed different behaviors that he didn't have before. He didn't know how to play with the basic toy. He would just turn the wheels nonstop. He would just sit you could just leave him there and sitting down on the carpet, and he would stay there for hours. If kids will come around him, it's like if he didn't notice them, that they were sitting next to him. He didn't say words anymore. He did not know his name anymore. I would ask him, how old are you? And he didn't know anymore. Of course, on my busy schedule, I thought it was normal. And I did take him to the doctor and let him know that he wasn't saying the words he had to be saying. And he said it was normal. So I took his word. I went back home. And I thought he was going to, it take time because he was a boy. He would speak later. But it turned out that it didn't. He would get worse, regressing, until I got another parent told my sister that my son was doing the same behaviors her son was doing. So she let me know to take him into an evaluation. And sure enough, I went in, I started researching what was autism because I did not know. And just by looking up the definition of autism, I knew he had it because everything that was being described, it was what he was doing then. So after that, I took him into an evaluation, and he got the actual diagnosis when he was 2.5 years old.
Tell us a little bit more about how you felt about all of this.
After we got the diagnosis, I started researching what can we do besides what they were telling me. Well, basically, they didn't help us. They just gave us the diagnosis, and we were on our own. So I started researching extra interventions that we could do, but unfortunately, they were off our budget. So what I decided to start doing what we could afford, which was the gluten-free and casein-free diet. So we started doing that, and we saw changes immediately, just with the milk. If I would let him drink milk every day, he would drink milk every day. So I started seeing the pattern that after I removed the milk, he started pacing back and forth. He stopped running around. So I moved on to the gluten. That was another thing that he was addicted to, the gluten. The gluten stopped his waking up at 2 a.m, humming, just moving back and forth on the bed. That stopped that. But then after I started detoxing that out of his body, we got to a point where he didn't improve. He was okay. He didn't pace anymore. He stopped doing the humming. He slept throughout the nights. But there was something more to be cleared. So that's when I started reading about natural medicine. Homeopathic was one of my first options that we could afford. I read a book. It's called Autism Beyond Despair, and it talked about a certain therapy. I read the book, put it in the back burner because, again, money issues, we couldn't afford it. But once I saw him not improving, we made that change. We took him in, and sure enough, after the first dose of his first remedy, which was the detox of the MMR, we heard his first word the second day after the treatment. And after that, he started being potty trained. He knew all the words. It's like if he knew them from ever before. It was just that a fog was covering his mind. He just knew everything. He was not just present. And we've seen improvements ever since then. And he's been on the treatment for over 3 years now, and he's potty trained now. He speaks. He's just the boy he used to be before. Happy. He tells me his needs. He's just the boy he used to be before. I oppose mandatory vaccination because, first of all, it's against our parent, right? I think that as a parent, we are the ones that have to decide what goes into our child's body, what treatment we have to give them, not the state. And I oppose 100%. Why? Because I saw my child regress after a shot. And if I were to do that, I don't have an option. There's no option that I would vaccinate him again, ever. And if I continue to have kids, I would never vaccinate him again. Never.
If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please post in the comments section. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions about vaccines or vaccination or vaccine mandates, please head on over to our website, stopmandatoryvaccination.com. Thank you so much for your support, and until next time.